chase success with global.media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne or
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday and welcome everybody. So good to see you all here. It's another Friday, another weekend, and today happens to be Good Friday. So I want to say happy Good Friday to every one of you who will be joining us from all over the world. We want to say good thank you and welcome to another edition of our Positivity Live. You know how we do it. We are a community of people who are intentional about positivity. And for us, we believe that everyone has the capacity to become a positive person too. So we are very intentional about it. So every Friday, we come in here to discuss topics, deep insight on matters that can be able to impact each and every one of us, even as we continue to embrace the power of positivity. Now, today happens to be a very interesting topic. We are talking about how to build self confidence. Yes, I'm going to dive into that later on. But I believe that a lot of persons are going to be joining us, will be joining the conversation as they share their thoughts and insights on what it means to have self confidence, how to build self confidence, their personal story, and how self confidence has helped them to transform their life. So it's a very amazing time, and I just want to encourage everyone out there in the world to let you know that you are enough. Today is Good Friday. There is need for us to be reminded of how amazing, how special, and how unique we are as a person, because sometimes we tend to forget. We tend to forget. Well, for those who don't know me, you're joining us for the very first time. My name is Zion Enogeru. I'm joining you all the way from Nigeria with Mr. Positive Energy. You can see I have a new background for those who are seeing it for the very first time, the MPA, Mr. Positive Energy. For me, I'm a man on a mission to spread positivity to every corners of the earth, one person at a time. I believe that each and every one of us can be able to embrace the power of positivity. And because I know there is so much that we can do all alone, there's little we can do all by ourselves, but together as a community, as a group of people, we can do so much more. And that's why on this mission, we are very intentional about people, because people makes it what it is. You know, Making people feel loved, feel valued, feel seen, feel wanted, feel heard is priceless. And that's what we do. I will bring the conversation on this space so we can have people join in. All right, guys, if you are there in the comment section, we want you to drop a comment so we can know that you are here. Mr. Peter, it's in the building all the way from the United States. Yeah, okay. We have Mr. Annie right beside me. I was like, where did it go? Where are my coupons? But amazing that Mr. Annie is here. Peter, happy Friday. So good to have you join us. We appreciate you. We celebrate you so much. And guys, drop in the comment. And if you are joining us from LinkedIn, you know how we do it. Go to the event page, drop a comment, repost, invite your friend, because everyone needs positivity, especially on a Good Friday. Mr. Annie, happy Good Friday. How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right, my friend. Glad to be here, of course. And I love the topic as well. So I can't wait to hear what you share, what our friends share. Let's have fun. Let's learn together, right? I think this is a huge topic for in terms of positivity and mindfulness. Yeah, essentially, your self confidence determines everything. But we'll come to that when the time comes to share our insights, right? How are you doing, Mrs. E? How's life going?
Yeah,
Now you're back to health
life,
again.
life is going well. I'm getting there. It feels so good to be back, to feel so healthy and strong. And I'm always very excited. It's Good Friday. Now we have amazing person joining us. We have Dr. Achimbo. Dr. Achi, it's been a while. Happy Friday. So good to see you here. Madam Ibiro. Yeah, Dr. Achi is a lecturer. She does amazing things trying to raise the next generation, especially. And we have Madam Ibironke. She says she's joining us all the way from Lagos. Now, She does, Madam Birake does so much for children. She enlightened parents about their children. She set children on the right path, doing an amazing thing. We are in the same challenge together, and I could tell that there's a whole lot she's doing. If you're passionate about children just like her, you can do what to partner with her so that you can do so much more together. We have Basit. Akan, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Happy Good Friday. And yes, we have Mr. James, the founder of Destiny Connect Foundation himself, is in the building with us. He said, hello, everyone. Happy Friday. And Mr. James is joining us all the way from South Africa. Yes, guys, drop in the comment. If you are here with us on this event, just drop in the comment so we can tell us your name and where you are joining us from. We want to know, we want to appreciate you. Otonye West. Yes, West, glad to be here. Thank you so much. Glad to be here. See you that you are here with us on a special Friday edition like this. Do well to invite your friends. Okay, until you said he's joining in all the way from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Amazing, amazing. Now, it's a global audience. We have people from all over the world join us on this space. So I encourage you. The topic is how to build self-confidence. I believe each and every one of us in different phases of our life, we have faced the challenge of being self-confident. Now, how did you overcome? Or how are you building self-confidence? Come up on stage to share, because we are putting you in the front of thousands of people all over the world. Just come up on stage, tell us who you are, what you do, and chip in on the conversation. And who knows? We've seen countless times collaborations springing forth from just people sharing on stage, partnership coming on, people getting, their target audience. A whole lot happen when you come up on stage in an event like this to share. The link is in the comment section where you can be able to join us and be part of the conversation. Adrienne, yes, Adrienne is in the building. Thank you so much, my friend, my sister, joining us on the way from the United States. And Pastor Alo, amazing, Pastor Alo Akin, all the way from Lagos. I call him Pastor because he's a pastor. He does so much, he does a whole lot of things. Yes, guys, keep dropping the comments. Let us know where you're joining us from. And if you want to be part of those on stage, you can do it to send me a message or send Mr. Amy, or definitely check the comments on the live. The link is definitely going to be dropped in there so you can be able to be part of the conversation and join it. Like I said, how to build self-confidence. That's the topic today. There are so many persons that want to hear this. There are so many persons who might be going through this self-confidence issue in business, in their relationship, in their personal life, or even in their academics. Because confidence is something that is a game changer. It's something everyone needs. If you don't have confidence, you can literally not do anything. It is the confidence you have that can make you to do things and do them well, more effectively and efficient. And if you know you have something to share with us, like I said earlier, feel free. Let us know so you can come up on stage and share with us how you are building self-confidence. Because what you have to share today has the power to inspire people. It has the power to motivate. Somebody can just hear your take on this topic and their life get the turnaround that it deserves, and their life becomes so better because why? They hear your take on this topic. So don't be shy, even though you are not in a place where your lighting is so okay, you can put off your camera. As long as we can hear your voice, you can be able to join us and be part of the conversation. With that being said, I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Eni so he can tell us what he does. For me, you know me, I'm all about spreading energy. To host events like this, mentoring and coaching people on embracing positivity every day of their life. So it's just amazing. So Mr. Eni, you can go ahead even as I drop the link in the comment section.
Excellent. Now, welcome everyone. So for those who don't know me, for those who do know me, let me remind you, look, my joy in life comes from helping people to become famous for a lifetime and beyond. That's why I look at it, right? So, and I help people to, I guess, be seen and build a community on these platforms. So that community tends to carry on engaging with you, benefiting you long after we stop working. Some of it may well become your customers, right? So that's the first way I help, and that's why I say, I'm trying to build long-term fame. I said I just see Professor Roxanne has just joined us, and I said again, she's another perfect example of what I do. Professor Roxana is one of Diane and I's co-authors on that amazing book you see behind us, Lessons to Learn from COVID. So now she's an international best-selling author. More than that. So we've published Professor Roxana's 3 other books. The last one is coming out now, Passive Income Strategies. Now, before that, the other books she's written. One is about how to build your and sustain your wealth for parents. That way you can build generational wealth to pass on to your children and other future generations. How the book, the one in between all that, book number 2 is it's about technology, how to incorporate technology into education. So I help you write your book, publish your book, and sell your book. For those who've written good books, like Professor Roxana, I will make you guaranteed an Amazon International Bestselling author. So, and writing your book, publishing your book, my friends, becoming an international bestselling author means you're going to have that badge for the rest of your life. Wherever you go, they introduce you as a bestselling author. That's to do with my superstar friends, right? That's one. The second one really is the fact that your book is going to last a lifetime. It's going to last more than your lifetime. I want people to be reading my friends' books in hundreds of years from now. Well, why do we read Shakespeare? Why not your book? You see, Mrs. Z, I think it comes down to our topic today, my friend. It comes down to this topic of self-confidence. That's where most of these things reside, right? But we'll share more as we go. We'll share more for sure. So the link to join the stage is in the comments. I am sending the links to your DMs if you're here. Pastor Alo, I just sent you the link to your DM. So if you want to join us on stage, just click on the link. So Mr. Z's just shared the link in our comments feed here. So you have to copy and paste this link into your browser. And then you can join the stage. As Mr. Z says, now of course you can have your camera off if you wish. And as long as you got your microphone set to on when you join the studio, then we can hear you. That's perfectly fine with us, my friends. So we'd love to hear from you. Anyway, I'll give the mic back to you, my friend.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Eni. And it's true, like you said, and it's not just about writing the book. It's not about becoming a bestseller, especially on Amazon. It's a life achievement. I'm proud to say I'm a bestseller as well. And there's so much joy, there's so much recognition that comes with that. So thank you so much, Mr. Eni, for all you do to make our book what it is, make it bestseller, and just to be able to make the impact that we are making. Thank you. All right, we have Nicholas joining us in the building. Mr. Nicholas, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Linda, happy Good Friday. How are you, my friend? So good to see you. Yeah, Dr. Wachi said it's raining heavily where she is. She can barely hear us. Oh, we hope you can hear us because we are saying so much amazing things in the air. Our brother Michael is in the building. Yes, the love, the heart, the thumbs up, the hand all the way for you, brother. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Yes, guys, keep dropping the comment. Just tell us where you are joining us from all over the world. We want to shout you out. We want the world to know how amazing, how special, how unique, how loving you are as a person. So drop in the comment so we can shout you out. If you don't drop a comment, we don't know that you are there. But if you can drop a comment, it gives us that insight to say, oh, this person is there with us today. And we can shout you out to our global audience. This is how we make people famous. This is how we bring you out. All right, drop in the comment. Thank you. Yeah, Professor Roxana, and say, go ahead, Eni. Thanks for what you do. You are touching lives. Indeed, I just said that literally. Somebody else is confirming it as well. One thing about making an impact is people can feel it, people can see it, and people will definitely talk about the impact that you're making. And Mr. Eni is one of those amazing people that I have in my life that is making a huge impact in me every day. So, Mr. Eni, on behalf of everyone, I want to say a big thank you again. Leanna is in the building. Leanna, thank you. Appreciation. We see you. We love you. And want to say happy Good Friday to you. And guys, don't be shy. Come up on stage. How to build self-confidence. I was sharing with a friend a few weeks ago that person was like, whoa, you sound so confident. I was like, well, to be honest with you, I was not born this way. I was not born confident. I didn't start talking on stages like this, approaching people, being vocal about what I know, what I do, as I am right now. I can remember when Mr. Eddie met me a few years ago,
Mhm.
nearly. He could tell the difference of who I used to be then and who I
Mhm.
am now. You
Mhm.
could say that that person he met then lacked so much confidence. Even though you know what he wanted to do, he had an idea, but he didn't have the confidence to push it onward. That's why I say, for me specifically, I'm speaking for myself now. I wasn't born confident. I used to be a very shy person. I used to be
Mhm.
very timid. I used to be the one that is the quiet person. I don't like talking. I don't want people to hear my voice because I'm always concerned about what will I say? What do I have to say? Even if I say, does it make sense? I'm sure they're going to laugh at me. I'm sure they're going to mock me. I'm sure they're going to talk down on what I'm going to say. I was always like that. And peradventure, you are such in that kind of shoe as well. You are thinking, oh, what do I have to say? There's so many great people here. Oh, Annie is there, Zion is here, Professor Rosanna is here, you know, Eliana is here, Michael is here. And me, what did I have to say? I was in that place as well. There are days I have things in my heart to share, but because of lack of confidence, I cannot share them. Why? Because I'm already judging myself before I say it. I'm thinking, oh, they're going to judge me. And that's why I want you to know tonight that none of us is born with the confidence that we have today. But over time, we have grown it, we have built it, we have nurtured it, we have
Mhm.
invested in it. And that's how we are here today. And that's why I would liken confidence as going to the gym. You know, when you go to the gym, I remember the first day I went to the gym, all my muscles were paining me. I couldn't take my bath, all my joints were aching. But at the end of the day, because I consistently went over time, the pain that used to be painful became a thing of joy to me. I began to enjoy it. Why?
Mhm.
Because at the beginning, when I started, it was so difficult. But over time, I got better at it and the muscles were growing. So also it's confident. At the beginning, you don't know what to say. I remember starting my public speaking journey. Oh my God. You hear me saying, thousands of times in just a sentence. I keep again and again and again and again. I tell you, it's part of the journey. It's part of the story that has given us the glory that we are here today. So
Mhm.
it's going to be a very interesting topic today. And I believe that there's a whole lot to share, so much nugget. And as I was sharing, we have our meditation expert join us today. You know, it's so good to have her. You can see the smile already. She's giving us that smile. Lydia, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you for all you do. Even though your week was here and there, but you find that time to be here with us. We want to let you know that that means so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I believe that there are many persons out there who are waiting to go through Lydia's meditation. And for me, I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm energized because today is a Good Friday. Lydia's meditation just makes it much more better. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to make welcome Lydia Brosla, even as she takes us with a meditation session. So, Lydia, I give the mic to you.
Thank you so much, Zion. Hi, Annie. I'm sorry I'm late. I was attempting to get online and it wasn't working. Anyway, and I missed you all last week and I just couldn't be on screens. So I beg your forgiveness. I something you might not know about me is that I have a traumatic brain injury, and it was acting differently than it normally does, and it put me down for about 2 weeks. And I went to the hospital, and everything is okay, except I have no more answers. But I am very, very pleased to be back here with you. So I want you all to take a moment right now, make sure that you are not driving a car, operating any heavy machinery, working with knives. And as long as that's all the case, you can go ahead and take a deep breath and allow the breath to close your eyes. And as you do, notice that breath and all of the relaxation around you. Allow the relaxation to wash over your eyes and your nose, and all of your limbs. I need to take a moment to ask everyone to mute themselves before I can go on. Place your consciousness right behind your eyes and allow yourself to see your relaxed self and step into that relaxation. And now I want to see yourself as twice as relaxed as you are now, and then step into that. And even though you might be thinking about it, your subconscious can project that relaxation into the future. As you breathe in peace. Feel the peace and see yourself peaceful and calm. And now imagine yourself twice as peaceful and calm, and step right into that peaceful, calm person that you are. And remember that you always have this place of calm in you. As you breathe in peace. And I'd like to ask your subconscious to send this peace into the future. And then ask your future peaceful self how to get to your most grounded, energized, confident self in peace and gratitude. And now I'd like your subconscious to download all of that wisdom to you right now. Breathe in peace. Breathe in peace. In a moment, you will wake up calm and alert, peaceful, energized, and ready to be part of the group. 1, 2, 3, yawning, stretching. 4, 5, eyes open, alert, refreshed, full of peace, and ready to join us. Thank you for being here.
Whoa, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Lydia, for taking us through the meditation section. I tell you, each time you do this, for me, it's a refreshing time. A time that allows us to remember the need for us to breathe. Because sometimes we can get so tensed up, so overwhelmed, and we forget to breathe. So a moment like this just reminds you to take a deep breath. Just be calm, have grace, love yourself, appreciate yourself, and just enjoy the moment. Thank you so much, Lydia. Guys, if you really enjoyed that meditation session, want to drop in the comment to say thank you, Lydia. Let's show her some love, show her some appreciation, because she's doing so much for us. Coming in here to do the meditation session, just to bring us to that place where we are all ready to shoot. So, Lydia, we want to say a very big thank you. All right, let's highlight some persons who have joined us already. All the way from Facebook, we have Mr. Tommy. Yeah, Mr. Tommy, it's a great man. He's a great friend of mine, and it's such a privilege to know people like him. Thank you so much. And yes, he said, it's hard to believe you have any type of brain energy after talking to you last May. I think that's for Lydia. Lydia, I'm sure you know Mr. Tommy as well. Wendy, say thank you for being here, Lydia. Lydia, so much love for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lisa is in the building, our menopause expert. Lisa, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Our friend, our brother, Ogochukwu Okoronkwo. Yes, Ogochukwu, thank you. Happy Friday. And we have the amazing Ramos in the building. Happy Friday, Mitchell. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Madam Ibirake say thank you so much, Lydia. So much love for Lydia. Otinye will say thank you, Lydia. We appreciate you. Amazing. Zion is saying thank you, Lydia. Wendy say thank you, Lydia. Oh, the love is coming. The love is coming so much. Lydia, we all love you. We appreciate you for all you do. We appreciate you for everything that you've done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so great. Adrian is saying thank you as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for the love being showered on Lydia. We appreciate you. And that's why it's good to have communities, people who are there to always support you. And having every one of you in the comment section, dropping the comment and showing so much support makes this event what it is. So I want to say a big thank you. But you know what? Do not enjoy this alone. So much nugget, so much wisdom are going to be shared today. Repost, share, invite that friend, that co-worker, that colleague, or that brother, that sister that you know needs some positivity in their life. Just invite them so that they can be part of this conversation, even as we dive in proper. Yes, on stage we already have our brother Michael. We have Alexis with us. Alexis, happy Friday. We see you. Big appreciation. All right, we are going to dive into the conversation proper. You know, one thing I love about this is that people bring so much perspective, sharing their personal story and how each topic has been able to impact their life. Now, I'm going to share with you how I've been able to build self-confidence over time. Like I said, self-confidence is not something we are actually born with. It's something we learn. It's something we nurture. It's something we build. And for me, I've had a good experience when it comes about self-confidence. How have I been able to build self-confidence? One is by focusing on my wins instead of my failures. You know, sometimes for me, I used to focus on my mistakes. I usually focus on the things I didn't do well. Oh, this is how I messed up. This is what I didn't do well. This is what went wrong. This is what you could have done better. You know, being on that state can actually make you lose so much confidence. And especially for growing up as a young person, you know, your parents will always talk to you when you have done the wrong thing. Oh, why did you do this wrong? You did this wrong. But by the time you did the right thing, nobody mentioned it. Nobody talks about it. So when we keep focusing on the failures and the mistakes we've made, I tell you, it makes us to lack so much confidence. You know, imagine coming up on stage and maybe you slept and you fell. Your mind will be, oh, I slept. I failed. Probably that's the reason why my message didn't pass along. Maybe I didn't stand well. Maybe my voice was shaking. I wasn't vocal enough. That's the reason why I couldn't pass the message I was supposed to pass. If there's one thing that has really changed my life and has really helped me to gain self-confidence, it's the ability to focus on my strengths, not my weaknesses. Focusing on the things I can do. Focusing on the good things in my life. You know, I never knew that to smile is huge. To have a great smile. I never knew how powerful it is until I began to focus on my strengths. Whoa, then as people start telling me, whoa, Zion, I love your smile. I was like, oh my God. So I have had this smile. I never knew how beautiful it is. I thought it wasn't good enough because I used to be in the place I felt I wasn't good enough. I felt nobody would like me. I felt nobody would listen to me. But then when I began to focus on my strengths, I began to focus on the things I'm good at. I began to focus on the blessings I have in my life. It built so much confidence in me. Even when it comes to public speaking, when I go out there, I always believe that, whoa, somebody will learn from what I have to say today. If I'm talking to people, I know somebody I'm meeting today will be blessed because they met me. So I began to focus on my strength. So if you're somebody right now, you're dealing with having self-confidence, one thing that you must do that has really helped my life is begin to focus on your strength. What is that thing you're good at? What are that thing that you can do so well without even having to practice sometimes? So focus on your strength. And another thing that has really helped me to really build my self-confidence is talking to myself in the mirror. A lot of people, we do not talk to ourselves. We always listen to what people are telling us. Or people telling us you're not good enough. People telling you you are not worthy. People telling you you are trash. People telling you many, many things. Well, there's one thing that has really helped me is talking to myself through affirmation. You know, standing in the mirror, oh, Zion, you are the most amazing person. You are the most positive person. Zion, you are worth it. Zion, you are great. Zion, you have what it takes to succeed. Reminding myself all these things is very, very important. So if you're lacking confidence, it's something that will help you boost your confidence in no time. It's the ability for you to affirm yourself positively. Yes. What are those words that you are telling to yourself? Focus on the positive words that appreciate you for who you are, that appreciate your uniqueness, that see your uniqueness. It can help you. It will help you to build your self-confidence. One thing that has really helped me as well to build my self-confidence, it's preparation. It's preparation. Now, I will liken this to an exam. Imagine you're going to write an exam, you are not prepared. In fact, you're going to be lamenting. You'll be thinking, oh, which question is going to come out? Oh, you are worried. Even after writing the exam, you're being worried. But when you are prepared for the exam, I believe each and every one of us, we are written an exam in one phase of our life or the other. But if you prepare for an exam, there's this confidence. It doesn't matter where the questions are coming up from. You just know that, well, I'm ready. I'm prepared. So if you lack confidence, one thing I should advise you to do is prepare. Learn to prepare. Don't just go into things, without preparation. Preparation breeds confidence. When you're going out there to meet somebody, to speak, or you're going out there to talk to a client, you have to prepare. Know what to say, how to say it, when to say it, how to position yourself. These are very, very important. Preparation is very key. And for most of us, we do the things we do without being prepared. Then when we fail, we start blaming ourselves. Preparation, we eliminate poor performance. When you are prepared, you are definitely going to perform so well. So preparation is very key. Once you are prepared, it boosts your confidence. There's this morale you get, this morale boosting. There's this energy, there's this extra motivation you get when you are more prepared. And lastly, I will end with this. Something that has really helped my confidence, that has boosted my confidence and made me become a better person is surrounding myself with confident people. Whoa, this is so amazing. Do not take this for granted. My mentor will always tell me, your association determines your destination. And the first time I heard that, like, okay, what does that mean? But by the time I began to surround myself with confident people, people who know what they're doing, people who believe in themselves, who believe in their work, I tell you, my life changed and turned around. If you are strongly to stay confident, be around confident people, and it's going to rub off on you without even knowing. And I remember meeting Annie for the very first time and having a conversation and getting to have conversation with him again and again and again. It boosted my confidence. I never knew I could even build my business from LinkedIn. So being with Mr. Annie, really, okay, Zion, you can do this, you can do this. I became more creative. When you're confident, you become more creative. You begin to see things even much more clearer. And that's why surrounding yourself with confident people is non-negotiable. If you're surrounding yourself with people who are not confident, you are definitely going to be in that place of low confidence. But then when you're surrounding yourself with confident people, whether you like it or not, the confidence is going to rub off on you and you're definitely going to become a better person. For me, there's so much to share, but I just have to end it with these few points that has really helped me to become a better person, has really helped me to become a more confident person. And I believe that a lot of persons are going to be sharing different insights and thoughts today. And like I said before, if you want to be part of those on stage, feel free. The link is in the comment section. Click on it. Come share with us. How are you staying confident? What are those things that you are doing that is helping you build your confidence? Someone needs to hear it. Someone needs to hear your share. Someone needs to hear your story. Maybe you have a story to share with us. How you were able to move from a place of low confidence to a place of high confidence. I believe that story can be able to make an impact and make a difference in somebody's life. So thank you so much. I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Annie so he can share with us how he's able to build self-confidence. So Mr. Annie, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much. So many gems you shared there. Thank you also, Lydia. Thank you for your contribution, your meditation. It's always a good way to start our day, right? I think that's a way to start. We should start every day with guided meditation. It struck me today. I'm sure many people are meditating. I think guided meditation gives you a context to think, a context to view the world, to view yourself. It comes into this conversation about confidence. I'll get to that point. Give me a few minutes. Michael, we'll see you. Alexis, we'll see you too. So please be patient with us. We'll definitely come to you. Anyone we haven't mentioned yet? I'm not sure we mentioned Nicholas. Nicholas, we'll see you as well. I'm glad you're here. So Alaba, I see you too. Thank you so much for joining us. Mo, I see you as well now. I'm glad you're here. My friends, look, this confidence conversation is probably one of the most important ones that we can ever talk about, I assure you. But you probably hear me say that several times because there are some key things in positivity and mindfulness that can almost quantum leap you through several steps in the process, right? Self-confidence is probably one of the very, very big ones. A lot of people think we succeed because of what we know. let me tell you, many clever people have failed. They're not achieved what they wanted to achieve. And many people less qualified, less able, less educated, they hit the very tops. Look at Zuckerberg and his Facebook. He dropped out of university like his friends did. Look at Bill Gates. I'm saying, how does people succeed without the education, without the experience that people think you need? The answer, my friends, is self-confidence. It's confidence in self. I want to remind you of that saying. If you have no confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. Whereas with confidence, you have won before you've even started. That's Marcus Garvey's famous self-confidence mantra. It's not just a speech, it's not just a saying, it's a mantra, it's a thing to live by, my friends. You see, I think wherever you look, when you see someone who is doing well, someone who's succeeding, someone who's happy, successful, we'll say, oh, they're just lucky. No, they're confident in themselves. That's what it comes down to, my friends. And that's what that really, it's as simple as that. And as I'm saying, when we first met, I don't know whether we were both not confident. I don't know whether we were both half. This is not about being nervous. This is a deeper level of what you think of yourself, my friends. It's just self-confidence. It's what guides the way you live. It's what guides the way you are, the way who you be, who you do, and everything about you down to your self-confidence. It really is. Now, so I meet people every day. I was talking to a client of mine earlier. I'm like, I have to create your LinkedIn profile. I don't want the world to see me. I'm like, my friend, come on now. We have to do this. We can't not. I have to make them realize in the end, look, if you want to build a business on LinkedIn, especially, you have to have that self-confidence. You must show up and engage with people. Without self-confidence, you don't show up. Without self-confidence, you don't try. Without self-confidence, you don't have that vision to create, as I mentioned earlier. You have to. It's have self-confidence that makes me think, look, Annie, you are the guy to do this. I'm the guy. It's me, right? I've got it. Even when things look like they're going wrong, as happens to all of us, challenges, we'll call them, hurdles, things go wrong, right? It's that self-confidence that makes me say, Annie, you've got this. Carry on. Find a solution. I have to create something new, or I have to find another way to do something harder, go harder, go faster, right? That self-confidence is everything. Now, where does that self-confidence come from? I guess, my friends, the first thing I'll say to you, it comes from what you think. Don't think I haven't been there. We've all been there. When Zion says we have to learn self-confidence, it really is, it's a skill we have to learn. If you come to me, what can I say, 4 years ago and say, Annie, you're going to be standing there talking to people. I'll be like, no, never. I don't talk to anyone. I don't do public speaking. I never do, never have. I hate it because it always goes wrong. Yeah, it's not true. It's not true. That was just me and the way I thought at the time, right? I'm saying for you, my friends, are you saying to yourself, I've got this? Are you saying to yourself, I'm the person to do what I want to do? Look, this is not a simple conversation. Let's be sure. And to the people I meet every day, if there's one thing I could give them, it was self-confidence. It really would be. Because without this self-confidence, I see people who have genius strategies, genius solutions, just sitting there in the dark thinking, oh, I'm all right here. They can't see me. I can't go wrong. I can't fail because they can't see me. I'm doing nothing, so they can't see me. That's not the way to live, right? You have a God-given skill, God-given abilities to impact your world and impact our world. It's whether you believe that or not. If you don't believe that, then you're gonna carry on doing what you're doing in a small way. Whereas the universe has given you an ability, a quality, a skill, a genius, as Coach David would say, to truly change the world. Maybe not fly a rocket to the moon, but change the world for some people, right? You bring a solution to people. If you don't believe that you are that person, then you're not going to bring your solution to the world, right? If you believe you're that person, your world will change instantly. You see, I want to carry this to the true level we need to get to, Mrs. Z, right? And everyone else here. See, I hear a lot of, oh, Africa has potential. We have youth who are geniuses. They create solutions. I'm like, why is the world not consuming those solutions? Because those geniuses are not bringing the solutions to the world. They don't have the confidence. By the time we see the solutions be in someone else's hands who has the confidence, who says, yeah, I created this, even though they didn't, but I can make this work for you. So the thing that's holding us back, my friends, is self-confidence. It really is. Like I said, believe you are that person. Number one, start there, right? And number two, it's a huge one, my friend. Do you say to yourself, I am that person? Or do you say to yourself, oh, what if they laugh at me? What if it goes wrong? What if I fail? What if? You see, those what ifs is your biggest evidence of lack of self-confidence. If you think you're gonna fail, you'll fail. You think it's gonna go wrong for you, it'll go wrong. Trust me, it will happen the way you say, right? If you say to yourself, I've got this, I am that person. If you live that way, this is what me and Zion do. This is what Lydia does. This is what I see Michael on stage. I see Lewis on stage, and Alexis as well. We don't walk around thinking, oh, what if it goes wrong? We walk around going, yeah, no, they need to hear us. They need to see us. They need our solution. That's why we do what we do, with confidence. So look, you have to learn to speak to yourself and be your greatest cheerleader. Cheerleaders don't go and support a team and go, oh, the other team might score. I better stop cheering for a second. No. They carry on doing their jumps and the hoops as if they've won already from the beginning, right? That is a serious thing. I'm saying you must talk to yourself the same way. You must be your greatest cheerleader. Even when it looks like it's going to pot, guess what you say? I've got this. I have to do this. This is me, right? I can't not do this. And with that, everything, the doors open. You meet people that you never thought you were ever going to meet. This is self-confidence in action, my friend. It's about attracting the success you want. So the third part of self-confidence for me, and I used to do this a lot. Now, I would say to you, yes, I know I'm good, but until I see the results, I don't want to tell the world I'm good at this. I get marketing customers, Mr. Z, and I'll say, right, I know I can do social media for clients. I've done it for 10 years, right? But I don't want to promise them anything because I don't know how it might go. Until I get the results, I won't be confident in myself. That is just such a dumb way to be. My business coach was telling me all the way along, I'm my mindset coach, Annie, that's not how it works. You don't go to a fire and say, fire, give me heat, and then I put wood in. That's not how it works. You put confidence in to get the results. You put wood into the fire to get heat, right? It's the same with self-confidence. You must believe in yourself first of all. You just must. If you don't believe in yourself, then you're essentially going nowhere. Let's learn to think and believe in ourselves, number one. Let's learn to say and speak confidence to ourselves every day. And then let's learn to do. Because now, as my friend, Leslie Flowers, she'll tell you, part of our being is what we do, right? We're based on those results. Now, I just said to you, I used to wait for the results first. You don't have to wait for the results, my friend, because you can do, and the results will come. And then you begin to build, what to call it, a catalog of results, a catalog of wins. Keep a wins book. Keep a wins journal. Then if you go through that wins journal every so often, you realize you've achieved a lot more than you think you have. I'm saying, this is the weird double bind we have. Don't wait for the results to feel confident. But also use the results to build even more confidence. That's how it truly works. Look, when I said we need to start our day with mindfulness, with meditation. Now, let's think what truly happens in meditations are. Let's think, meditation will quieten the mind. You quieten the mind, you quieten all those negative self-talk, negative voices in your head, the anxieties, the stresses, right? You quieten them all down, and then you begin to fill your mind with the positive thoughts, positive beliefs, positive sayings, right? All those things the affirmations that we talk about. So let that fill your mind. Let that fill your mind with confidence. Let that fill your mind with what you can do, who you are, and the possibilities. That will give you the confidence to get through your day. Even when things go wrong in your day, you fix them. You find solutions. You build relationships. You do all the right things. But you must have the confidence. You must build that confidence in the first place. If you think you can't, you won't. Simple as that. If you think you can, you do. That's the way the world really works. I could talk all day about this, Mrs. Z, but I'll let someone else talk, I think. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Enif. That was great. That was profound. That was insightful. That's the reason why we all love listening to you, because I know you have so much knowledge to share. And something that really resonated with me was when you said our confidence attract the success that we want. Whoa, that was mic drop. When you have confidence, when you believe in the thing that you want, it automatically attracts it to you. So confidence is very, very important. You must keep telling yourself you can. You mentioned something, I think I wrote that in the comment section. With confidence, you have won even before you started. Believing that you can, believing you can achieve this, you can do this, you're already halfway there to achieving it. So you don't have to wait till you get to the result, even before you start it. Having that confidence, believing in it goes a long way for you to get to that place you have to get. Let me not talk too much. I'm going to pass the mic now to Lydia, even as she shared with us some deep insight on the topic. Lydia, the mic is yours.
Thank you, my dear brother, my dear brothers. I want to just say something that you guys are all going to predict I am going to say, and that is that the first thing that will help you find your confidence, first of all, is calm. You have to breathe and actually find your inner peace. So we were all born with inner peace. We were all born belonging. We were all born being full of the purpose that we have. And that's something that when we are escalated, when we're thinking all those thoughts about ourselves that aren't really who we are, but are the part of us that keeps us safe, that fear is very loud. But that's only to keep our bodies safe. That's all. And we are not our fear. We're not an embodiment of our fear. We belong. We have purpose. We have grounding. We all have unconditional support. We all have unconditional love all around us. But you have to actually breathe when you're feeling that fear, when you're feeling that doubt, and lean into yourself and say, is this true? Is this true that I can't, that I shouldn't, that I don't belong? Because I belong. But I've had those feelings. You belong. You've had those feelings. You might be having those feelings right now. Everybody here has something special. And we know, everybody in this room knows this, that every one of you has something that you've been through that we don't know, and something that is brilliant that that we don't know. And we might think we know that there are some brilliant things you do too, because there's a lot of pretty special people out here, and I am so appreciative of all of you coming here every week or every week that you can. There's something that Zion posted earlier, and that is that confidence is not, and I'm paraphrasing, but confidence is not being sure that you're going to do everything right. It's being fine if you don't. You cannot get anything out of life if you don't show up. You have to show up. You got to do it. And you don't have to do it every moment of every day. That's what rest is for. You can rest. You should rest. But other times, you got to show up. You got to do it. When you show up, you can be afraid of failing, or you can just say, okay, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do this hard thing, or I'm going to try to do this thing. I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm going to be ready to change if I need to. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to have calm. I'm going to and Dr. Marcia, surrender and sacrifice, and that's the next thing I was going to get to, is that you have unconditional support, unconditional love. And what surrender is not giving up. Not at all. It's trust that we have this ability in us, and we always have. We don't need to know how. We just need to show up and do it. You are full of love, support, divinity. You are full of purpose, and you have a special spark that only you have. Only you. You don't believe me? I'll come out there and I'll show you. There's only you have your special spark. I want to hear other people come up onto the stage. We have four other people here now on the stage, and I want to give everybody a chance to speak. Now that Zion and Annie and I have spoken, I'm going to turn the mic over to you. So Zion, who's the next contestant on the Positivity Live show?
He's actually contested. All right, I think we have Michael joining us first earlier on today. My brother Michael, thank you so much for joining us. If you can hear us, you can just go ahead and share with us. Yes, Michael.
Yes, yes, I'm glad. I'm also glad that Lydia came through with what she did earlier. Certainly appreciate that. I've got. I also have appreciation to everybody that went before me. Um, Certain things that you're going to hear from me from with this point on positivity, you probably already heard, but it's also worth reiterating because with reiteration, you can cement the idea in your mind from different people, the way they say it different ways, can spark something within your mind, your body, your soul, um, your very spirit. So let's continue. I have 8 points which I'd like to make. First one is uh, when you engage in an activity, go at it with an attitude um, of nothing to lose. In other words, build your attitude wherein I have nothing to lose. That's how I go through my life. If I have something to lose, then for some reason or another, it means I'm not going at it 100% or 200% or 300%. It will always be below 100%. With a nothing to lose attitude, I'd go at it full throttle. That's the first take. Second is, as Zion indicated, um, um, As you can tell, I'm doing the ums, but Zion already indicated that that's something that you can self-correct, which is true. Talking to self is interesting. Yes, that is true. What I do is I typically talk to my body, and most important, I listen to my body because one-way communication is not enough. Two-way communication is the best. Listen, understand what's going on with your body so that you can make correct adjustments or you can do what it indicates for you to do. Both of you are going to be in harmony. It is not just you by yourself and your body. No, it is your body and you. It is the other entity that drives you through life, the most important entity that gets you through this life. Neglecting it, and you will definitely have issues later on down the road because those things actually do stack up. Neglect stacks up. It's like karma. Karma also stacks up. So you don't want that following you, and you don't want to be burdened with that in any point in your life. Talk to your body, understand it, listen to it, follow it. Third point, type of people you hang out with is very important. These people determine the characteristics you pick up and the characteristics that you lose. Most importantly, the characteristics that you lose. Things that do not help you or won't help you in the future, drop them because you do not need them. And your friends can help you that significantly in knowing what those are. Your friends, people that you admire, people that you respect, people that you can get along with, etc. Number four, fearless characters make excellent leaders. Just like you go in for with nothing to lose, you need to be fearless in your life because really, the type of person that you want to be, at least for most people that I know of, is they want to be their own leader. So in order to be your own leader, you must fear nothing and move forward in life. The one that exhibits that quite nicely right now is Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, an excellent leader, someone that you can model yourself with against. But there are also other excellent leaders in this world, so also take them into consideration. Number five, being bold in your actions and working with determination will open doors and make walls crumble. Being bold in your actions and working with determination will open doors and make walls crumble. That's part of what Annie indicated in regards to confidence. Confidence and being bold. It reminded me of um, Michael Jordan. Not only is he literally bold, but he's also confident and extremely bold in what he does. Same goes with Shaq O'Neal. These are two people who pitted themselves against each other, but they were bold as well in terms of spirit. So gather that, and yes, doors will open for you and walls will crumble. Know and understand your true history because it is bound to repeat itself. This I say specifically to Africans. Our past mm, is a great past. There is nothing wrong with it. We were a great people. Our ancestors were a great people. Know and understand them and their true history because it is bound to repeat. And it is going to repeat within you because you hold the answers that the ancestors have passed down from generation to generation. Tap into that and move forward. 7. Prioritize your health to ensure you can get and enjoy your wealth. I'll say this, prioritize your health to ensure you can get and enjoy your wealth. Because wealth without health is in reality poverty. I'll say that again. Wealth without health is in reality poverty. Take it as you see as it is and take action to avoid it. Failure is positivity. That's the 8th. Failure is positivity from genuine assertion. Doesn't matter whether you fail. The fact is you have asserted yourself and gone for it wholeheartedly. That is the journey. That is the most important thing to do. Assert yourself. Don't stand back. Move forward in assertion. Even if it is a failure, in reality, it is positive. Thank you. That's about it.
Is Mrs. Z around? Mrs. Z, I don't know whether you're here. I can see you.
Hey, Annie, you got a message from Zion. He is not in control of the stage anymore. You are.
Okay, right. Now, Michael, that is pure genius, my friend. That is, Michael, I am blown away, but you look, you capture all the elements of, of this topic. So of course, I love every part of everything you said, but I think the one that probably strikes me the most is how your self-confidence helps you to take bold actions. I think, because David puts in the comments, we can take bold actions which will make doors open and make doors open and knock down walls, make walls crumble, you said in your exact words, right? That is genius. If I could put package, bottle this concept of self-confidence, I really would. And I bet I'd be super rich. Really. So this is the trick. This is one of the tricks in life, Michael. Thankfully, you get it, my friend. You definitely get it. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Let's go create genius.
Absolutely welcome, Annie.
Thank you so much, my friend. You're a star. Let's go to I think it was Alexis next. I can't see her on stage. Is it me or have we lost? I think we lost Alexis somewhere. So let's go to Luz. Luz, talk to us. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. I'm Loes Pijpers from the Netherlands. And thank you, Zion, Lydia, and Annie for the opportunity to speak. I'm doing well. Hope you are doing well too. Thank you. Confidence is a topic we can talk for days about it, I think. And everybody can learn from it. I think. And first of all, what is self-confidence? It's a belief in our abilities and worth, not arrogance. Confidence isn't innate, it's built through action and in mind shifts. And what can you do to build confidence? You can reframe negative self-talk. Negative thoughts like I'm not good enough undermine confidence. And how you can do that? Identify self-critical thoughts and challenge them. Replace I will fail with I am prepared and I can do that. And what action you can take? Keep a journal from 1 week. Write down negative thoughts and reframe them into positive, realistic statements. For example, I used to think I was terrible at presentations, but I started telling myself I'm improving with every talk, I changed my mindset with it. That's very important. And practice small wins. Confidence grows through increment all successes. Set small achievable goals and speaking up in a meeting, for example, this week, commit to one small action outside your comfort zone, like initiating a conversation or starting an idea. It's when you step out of your comfort zone, you choose resilience above comfort. And master body language. Non-verbal signals influence how you feel and how others perceive you. Stand tall, make eye contact, and smile. Practice a confident posture every day in front of a mirror or talking out loud in your home. It doesn't mean you're insane, but you are practicing your presentation. Or I think it's very important to talk out loud when you have a meeting or you want prepare yourself for a presentation. You can practice it in your own home. It will help you, and in front of a mirror. And preparation reduces fear of the unknown. It helps. Break preparation into small steps, research, practice, and feedback. That's useful. And I think take action in instead of only thinking about it, because sometimes when everything is said and done, more is said than done. So take action is very important. And rewire your conscious. That's very important, because we keep everything in our unconsciousness. And sometimes we say, well, we get a job, or we will achieve that, but our unconsciousness is holding us back. And when you rewind that, you can do it before you go to sleep. On YouTube there are videos how you can do that. That's very important. Then you can achieve what you say that you will do. And visualize a picture of the future that you have accomplished your goal. When you are in job search, for example, when you visualize a situation that you already have that job, top athletes do that quite often. They visualize that they have accomplished their goals. And when you do that, it's more likely that you will achieve your goals. So that's very important. And embrace failure as growth. We are all born to stretch and growth, and it goes along with failure and falling and standing up. And failure isn't fatal. Fear or failure kills confidence. Reframing setbacks and learning opportunities build resilience. That's also important. And done is better than perfect. So sometimes we have the habit that we overthinking too much. What if, and what is it, and why am I doing that, and the why. And if you overthink all that situations, who am I, why am I doing this, what will happen, I think do it. And you're worth it, you can do it. If you are confident of yourself and realize nobody is perfect, when you know that, it's easy to do some things, because nobody knows everything, because you don't know what you don't know. So a lot of people have a lot of knowledge, but you don't know what you don't know. So nobody knows everything. everything. And when you realize that and looking at things like that on that perspective, you can do it. And when you want participate in conversations, you don't have to know everything about the topic. If you have an opinion, you can talk and you can participate in conversations. At least it's important that you treat others with humanity and respect. And if you show up, you have the opportunity to influence others and yourself. For that is one thing that is holding you back from feeling confident. If you start writing down every day one thing that holding you back from feeling confident, you make steps forward and you can work on that. That's very important. And everybody should have confidence because you're worth it and you can do it. And when you have never done it, you can try it and just do it. I want to encourage everyone, just do it. When you want something, don't hesitate. What if I can do it? Just do it and you will see if you can do it. But at least you try. And talk in a conversation or stand up in a crowd and be part of a conversation, because make your voice heard. Because if you talk in a conversation, people will notice you, and that's very important to make your voice be heard. So I think everybody can do what they want to do, and today is the first day of the rest of your life. So take that first step. Everything is starting with taking the first step in a job search or in the future. If you want to change your job or you want to move or whatever you want to do, always start with the first step. Stay up early, make your bed and go into action for the day. Take leadership and be confident, be brave, and no fear nothing. That's what I want to share. And everybody's worth it. You can do it. You are allowed to be here. So let's participate in the world, in conversations, everybody. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Luz. There's such important points to share. There's so many that I will, I'm sure, reflect on. Let me welcome Dr. Marcia. We see you, superstar. Dr. Marcia is another one of my amazing co-authors on that amazing book you see behind me, Lessons We Learned from COVID. I don't have to point to it finally, right? Maria, thank you for being here as well. Absolutely love this conversation. And I also see my sister Chiedza, another one of our 10 co-authors on our anthology. So I'm so glad you're here, people. Thank you so much for joining us. Jeremy, I see you too. Who else do I see? Do I see anyone I haven't mentioned so far? I'll mention you by the end. Mohammed, I see you as well now. I didn't see you before. Thank you for joining us tonight. Self-belief and confidence empowers the great accomplishments of environment entities. It's so true. As the point you're making, Luz, it is our self-confidence that guides everything. And I think, maybe the one that resonates with me most is that what we look in the mirror and talking to ourselves. Blessed, and I see you as well now. Welcome. Hello to you too. I'm sure not many people know, every day when I wake up, first thing I do, make my cup of tea, and I go and stand outside with my pets, especially in summer's day. Now it's getting into summer's day, but even in winter, I still stand outside. The reason I stand outside is simply because I've got some huge glass doors, right? So I can look at myself and I talk to myself. Yes, and I've had to do what you say, Luz. I reframe, and literally you can think yourself into confidence. You have to. I don't know how else you're going to do it, right? Yeah, I remember the times when I was scared about everything. The client wants to talk. Oh no, wait, no, they want to tell me off. It's gone wrong. They might stop paying me. No, now and every day starts with any. You are the greatest. And it sounds dumb on day one. On day 10, you're thinking, this could be true. By day 15, you're like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna believe I'm that person. You can reframe and change your mind, my friends. That's the point, right? And we must, as Lou says, we deserve a place on stage. We deserve a place at the table. We deserve a place on that project. We deserve a place in our niche, right? If you don't believe you do, you're not gonna. When you get that place, you'd be like, I don't think I'm good enough. You're good enough, trust me, and you better believe you're good enough too. It's that confidence that gets all of us that you see going through life as if life is easy. It's that confidence. That's what it comes down to. It's what brings me here, what brings Lydia here, what gets Lydia doing her meditations. Do other people do meditation? Of course they do. There's many other meditation coaches out there. There are many of them. Does she care? No, frankly not. Because she knows what she does is great, right? And that's her. She told herself, and we tell her that too. I turn up every day because I know what I do for these events works. And people love what I do, so I'm just going to do more and more of it. What do you do? And what do you say to yourself? What is your expertise? What's your prophecy, as Coach would say? What's your gift? Live it, my friends. Live it. Live it. Live it. You are that person, my friend. We all have that thing about us. In case you're thinking the obvious, which is, there are people better than me. Yes, there are. As Lou said, no one knows everything. But you know enough for the people you're here to serve. And I will say this, if you really believe you don't, you know enough for the people you're here to serve today, right now. So let's say now, let's use any industry, fashion design, for example. There's the global fashion houses, and then there's the rest of us who design fashion items, right? There's people that we design items for. We're not aiming for those people's audience. We're not aiming for Versace's audience, for example. We're aiming for those who want the clothes that we have designed, the solution that we've created. They're the ones that need to believe in us, trust us, and buy our products. Eventually, we'll rise each time. And the way we rise each time, my friend, is by learning. Learn and do, learn and do, learn and do. The world gets better for you, I promise you. It's how we all got here, right? Let me stop talking. Who I seen? Douglas, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Lydia, I'll give the mic to you to introduce our next two speakers. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Annie. I believe that our next speaker is Coach David. Coach David, you've been sitting up in the audience for a little while now, and I love the picture of you on here. It is so bright and colorful and beautiful. That picture is great. Welcome, Coach David. The mic is yours.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you and I can see you.
All right. I have been learning so much. I've been summarizing. Oof, you guys are super awesome. Let me say thank you to Zion, Miss Positivity. Thank you, Annie, Liz, everyone in the chat, Mr. M. I don't know, I can't see everyone here from my screen, but I super appreciate you all. Liz, Lydia. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Thank you. You are so super awesome. Thank you. Margaret, I'm super excited to be here. You guys are superheroes. You have no idea what you're doing. Luz actually did a seminar. Michael did a PhD thesis, and he did the mentorship exercise. Positivity, the coordinator. I can call this the self-confidence positivity school. Thank you so much, everyone. First of all, self-confidence is a major factor. Unfortunately, there are no schools that teach these things as a direct curriculum. There's no institution that teaches self-confidence directly. You have to go after coaches. You've got to go after these things yourself. And I want to encourage everyone who is going into the future that you need a coach. One of the coaches you need is a self-confidence coach. Yeah, Lydia, yes. You need to move your self-confidence dial. Everyone should do a self-confidence analysis. Uh, Personally, there are 3 or 10 ways. There are 3 or 5 or 10. Let me explain the scale. Confident, not sure, confident, not sure, not confident. Those are the 3 things. Or confident, 50-50, maybe not, or confidence. That's the first way to look at it. Just mark yourself quickly and write. If you are confident, you are 3. If you are not sure, 50-50, you are 2. If you're not confident, just put 1. You can do that in the chat. Let me know whether you're following me. That is the first place I like to start from. If you want to really now make the scales bigger, you can do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or on the scale of 1 to 10, what do you score yourself? Everyone must do this exercise once in a week. If you're really interested in growing self-confidence as an area of personal development, then you should do it twice in the day. Number 2, you must identify your self-confidence map and indicators personally. As a person, as an individual, you must identify your self-confidence markers in the beginning. Especially, and Zion and Annie will agree with me, self-confidence is a big African problem. We have a self-confidence crisis in the continent of Africa. It is huge, it is powerful, and there are many people so bad, and not Africa alone, all over the world anyway. Let me say this to us very quickly. It's so bad that the society attacks confident people. Am I still audible? I hope you've not lost me. I hope I've not lost you.
Oh, well, no, we've lost your picture, but we can still hear you perfectly, my friend. We can hear you perfectly.
All right, all right. We have a self-confidence pandemic in Africa. It is big. It is huge. Yeah, Lydia says she has 3. That's good. It is big. It is huge. And it's so bad that the society attacks confident people. When your self-confidence is like 7, from about 6, you feel hostility over 10. When your self-confidence is getting to 7, you will be attacked. Please write it down, jot it down, don't ever forget it. You will be attacked for being more confident than others. Get comfortable with being attacked that you are much more confident than others. This started happening to me as a young teenager because I had the blessing of being raised by a dad who worked on my self-confidence. The old man ensured that he gave me self-confidence drills. For example, he ensured that I read the newspaper daily and I would summarize to him what I read. My dad would say, these are the 5 leading newspapers. I was about 9.5 and 10. And then they give me the papers on Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings to read and summarize story by story. They ask me what I feel, ask me for my reflection. If my voice is not loud enough, it's going to tell me, chin out, speak, tell me what you understand. Do you agree with the standpoint of the editor? I mean, I knew the meaning of the difference between an editorial and an article just by interacting with my dad at about 10. And then my mom ensured I read a lot and I read wide. My dad also ensured that my opinions were heard and valuable. So there are exercises you can do, and that leads to Michael's point about community, how we raise our children, how we interact with our friends. So when I got into larger society as a teenager, and I found out that people were against you saying your mind exactly the way you feel, for example, it was a shock to me. I began to learn things like political correctness later on at about 13 or 14. And it was very strange because, let's call it a spade, was the way I was raised, Because of that, I ran into enemies. So the first thing I noticed, because of self-confident person. Can everyone hear me?
You're
Can everyone
fine.
hear me?
We
All
can
right.
hear
Yes, you cut out just for a moment, but you're back.
All right, all right, all right. So I noticed that hostility. The second thing is that if you are now trying to be a thought leader, if you're trying to be a thought leader and you're also a confident one, hostility increases. It's so nice. People say things like, oh, thought leader, I want to be a thought leader here and there. Their thought leader expects hostility. Number two, their self-confident personnel. When you've developed it, it's not going to be all nice and flowery. But those that change the world are those who are more self-confident. The third thing I like to say is please be comfortable with criticism. Be comfortable with people saying no to you. We have to grow a thick skin to people not liking you at first, to people rejecting you. Some will outrightly lie at you. You didn't offend them, you didn't do anything. They're just irritated at the size of your light. When your light and your confidence irritates people, they will probably lie against you, malign you. I've experienced it personally, and every time I say it, nothing prepares me for the new levels. People are going to misinterpret you just for being confident. In fact, being standing out by self-confidence is also a type of your signals are clear. So you are crystal available for criticism. And guess what? There are people who are not going to do anything. By the way, I don't know what I've shared with you, the statistics around self-confidence. That many societies, the supremely self-confident people will be generally misunderstood. There's statistical evidence to that. Research, the psychology research shows it. People will brand them as narcissistic. People will say they don't tolerate others. You're going to be misrepresented. Be ready. You have to grow a thick skin to be positive and remain stoic despite this attack. Despite this irritation, despite this attack, you will refuse to subject yourself to, because lack of self-confidence is infectious. Just like confidence is infectious. When people don't have self-confidence, they sell it to others. They influence you. They sell it to you. They motivate you so that you go to their own direction on the dial. So when you are the only confident person, or you are 20-30% most confident person in a class of 10 people or in a group of 100 persons, you will be treated in a way to bring you or modulate your behavior to their level. Would you be the one we're waiting for to change the world? Because you need your confidence to dare big things. You need that self-confidence to dare high things. So as you're building your confidence, you must decide the part of the confidence that you're not going to display in the open. You must go into your gym of practice and develop. Let's say, think about it like you're building something new. So anything you've achieved on the outside, go quickly into your shell or into your quiet place to begin to build energy for the next level. So there is the self-confidence lab quietly, where you are doing performance, image, and exposure. I'm going to come to what those three things mean. You go into the quiet lab where you are developing, you set new goals for yourself, you are developing something, you're doing something deep, you're applying all the beautiful principles of intermittent successes, you're breaking your personal records, and yet you're not showing it on the outside. So that at every point in time, there's something you want to show the world, because there's some things that if you show it too early in the building phases and stages, people are going to use their own lack of confidence, transmit their energy at you, and they will shut it down. There's something called the energy field. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, there's something called the energy field. People don't need to speak at you or talk to you to reduce or to communicate to you. People don't need to talk with their mouth. I've done this experiment many times. If you have a class of 5 or a group of 5 persons, I do this in my corporate training all the time. I will tell 4 members of the group not to say a word, let somebody begin to present, and these 4 persons will begin to stream negative thoughts, emotions, and imaginations at the speaker. In about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, the speaker begins to wane in performance. The speaker begins to feel confused, agitated. A speaker once cried. Shall I explain the experiment again? Shall I say it a second time? Shall I say the experiment a second time?
We should actually wrap this up is in the next minute or so.
Okay. So let me just conclude then. So there are people that are going to stream all of that at you. Be ready and be strong. So the last point I will make is that there are a couple of things that drive self-confidence as a building, and they're unseen. They are your thoughts, and that's what Annie was saying, your imaginations, your emotions, your moods, your feelings, your memories, the self conversations that you are having with yourself quietly. Make sure you are aware of them, that you can label them, and that you can literally manage them. The last thing is protect your energy. And that's the point I was also making earlier. I'm rounding up right now in 30 seconds. Protect your energy. Once you notice you come into the environment where people are streaming negative energy and thought and imaginations around, and it's a transmission to your self-confidence level or self-confidence reservoir, then begin to have a strategy to build yourself up in a very deliberate way so that they don't inoculate you with that negativity. Like I said, gravity is a real force. While it keeps us grounded, the same gravity kept man from exploring the moon. Those that will dare higher things will have to believe, maybe seen as narcissistic or mad, or they don't know what they are doing, or they are too full, or they are too far. People are going to say all sorts about them. They risk being misunderstood, yet it's a deliberate choice to identify the difference between self-confidence and arrogance, between self-confidence and pride, and to remain stoic at being positive, yet being very confident, because the world needs people like you to continue to evolve and change. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach David. It is so good to have you here and on the stage with us. And I think we still have someone else to be. Margaret, are you still here?
I am. Thank you so much, Lydia. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you. Please join us on the stage, and if you can turn on your camera, please do so. And if not, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much, beautiful and superstar here, Annie, Zion, Mr. Positivity, and everyone listening. Wow, so many great things have just been said. To even follow up after, Michael, Lou's, yours, Zion's, Annie's, and of course, Coach. So we heard so many wonderful things. I'm going to try to kind of affirm some of those things, but also to talk about self, right? Because it's self-confidence. And thank you so much, Zion, for asking me to speak. It's always an honor to be here. To cognitive restructuring, right? So we have to restructure our thought patterns, and that's already been spoken of already. You know, changing the thought patterns of what we say to oneself. And this is what it's about: self, right? Your self-worth, your self-talk, yourself, yourself, you, self. The most important one here is you, is self, right? So you have to try to balance out your thoughts of realistic thoughts versus the feelings and the emotions, which you have to come back to center. And I'm pretty sure Lydia talks about that when she's trying to center us with her meditation, right? Because our brains are scattered with so many different thoughts because of our emotions and feelings, if that makes sense. So trying to record all of those thoughts, and trying to log them. I also talk about triggers, and I talk about building a safety plan for yourself. And what that looks like is you can jot down those negative self-talks and what you need to work on. Because the first thing you have to do is you really have to, number one, look at yourself. Number two, be truthful to yourself. Know and realize we're not perfect, and that's okay. To love oneself without that. I've been single for a long time, for many years, almost a decade, working on self, working on all these things to have that positivity. And it doesn't come without restructuring and practicing these things, recognizing your patterns and gradually just shifting that mindset, right? See, because what you think, what you believe, you will behave. So now you have a behavioral activation going on. You're engaging in activities that that you're going to enjoy and that align with you, with your way of thinking and feeling, your values. And what you feel is what you think you'll feel, and then you'll present, right? What you produce, you project. So success in activities such as this enhances your sense of accomplishment, your self-worth, and then into self-confidence. So mindfulness and self-compassion. Again, we're going back to self, right? And this is something that you have to practice, being present in moment without judging yourself, without treating yourself harshly, but with kindness and love during times of failure and difficulty, if that's how you want to see it, right? This approach that I'm talking about reduces self-criticism. Then it'll foster something that's healthier and a self-relationship to build that self-confidence. And once you have that, you're going to refrain from talking negative to yourself, but you're going to be realistic. If you cannot do something, say, well, this is what I have to learn, right? And what we have to learn is that the same thing you were thinking yesterday, you're thinking today, about 90% of it. How are you going to stop that? Because that's where it begins, right? So what you think, and what it'll be what you feel, or in what you feel, it'll be what you think. And then you're going to produce that in your behavior. So what does that look like? For example, a person that's jealous and envious is going to not see the light shining bright, and is not going to see the beauty in another person. And when you do that, or if you don't do that, then what happens is you don't grow. You're not learning, because now you have become critical. So when you start doing that, in cognitive, if you're not restructuring yourself, then you stay stuck. And that's how these patterns become that way. And it's like cognitive behavioral therapy. So you go through all of these things and you strategize so you can enhance that self-confidence, and addressing and transformation of negative thought patterns. Because the only reason your thoughts are distorted and that is because of how you're thinking. You first have to identify, challenge yourself, so that you don't undermine your self-worth. Because why? Because you're worth it. Because you're unforgettable. Because you are loved. Because you matter. Because you are the only one that can change the world. That begins with you. Maya Angelou said it best, right? It's not what you remember what people say, but how you make them feel. And how you're going to make someone feel and how you're going to change the world is how you treat yourself. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Margaret. And thank you for all of your admissions and your witnessing of the strength and beauty of people and our abilities, and something that really resonated with me, and I'll turn it over to Annie and Zion, is the idea that at the base of this, we have to be confident we have to be truthful with ourselves, because that truth is key to us knowing who we really are, and also just give ourselves the grace when we find we haven't been truthful with ourselves, but don't let ourselves off the hook from that. We are worth every bit of our own truth, and in order to foster that confidence. So thank you so much. Zion, you have any takeaways from our last speakers?
There's always takeaways. Margaret, amazing share. I'll say that for sure. Now we have to catch up, Margaret. We haven't talked enough recently, so let's do that if you got time for sure. And as a coach says, Margaret, that's deep and profound. It really is. And I mean, Maria says, self-confidence in a nutshell. You accept and trust yourself and a sense of control. Have a sense of control in your life. It really is. If you don't trust yourself, then you feel like everything, it's what others do that matters to you, whereas it's what you do that matters to other people, I assure you. You know your strengths and weaknesses well and have a positive view of yourself. When we're going through something, be kind to yourself, and it begins with what we say to ourselves. And coming back to your point, Margaret, I think this thing about emotions, Coach mentioned it quite a lot in his share as well. There's a big sign on my wall. He says, what emotions am I addicted to? Then I say, I've had to look at that many times to realize there was a time when I was addicted to negative emotions, lack of self-confidence. Like I said to you, I'll say to myself, I would charge my clients more when I can deliver more for them. Not realizing I can't deliver more if I didn't have the confidence to deliver more, right? To do more. To aim for more, to be bold with my solutions. I don't want to ignore Dr. Marcia's point as well. She says, being realistic. Being realistic is a powerful part of self-awareness, which you need to build self-confidence. Knowing what triggers you and how you trigger others. Again, that is so true. Look, my friends, I might argue with being realistic. So here's a problem, Lydia. Here's a problem I see. We want to be the same as the 98% of people in the world. We want to be the same as everyone else. We want to do what everyone else does, right? What's the point? If you can be the same as everyone else, you're going to get the results they get.
Annie, I wonder if that stems, though, from the fact that we want to connect. We're born wanting to connect because we are connected, right? And we want to connect. And sometimes we think, and this might be some thinking that needs to be adjusted a little bit, right? But that we need to be alike in order to connect. And we're 98% alike, but it's that 2% spark that is what we're talking about here with this confidence, right?
Exactly. I can understand wanting to fit in, wanting to be the same as others. Alas, if you have a solution, if you want to be bold, if you want to stand out, you must be part of that 2%. And that 2% requires working on your self-confidence. As Margaret said, now you have to work really hard at it. It's not a thing that just happens overnight. You have to work at it. You have to overcome your own fears, your own barriers. It starts with you, yourself. I say no. We should do 2 or 3 of these on self-confidence alone, really. Margaret, if you flash your mic, if you feel free, if you want to share something. I said, but go on, Margaret.
Yes, please. Thank you. There was something very important that you said, that Coach had said also about the thought patterns that you get comfortable. And I think that's what it is, right? You get comfortable and you get used to speaking harshly to yourself, especially if it's been a learned behavior and an adult who you were supposed to trust and love treated you in such a manner that now you think it's okay and it's correct, right? So it's just something that you were saying about that, and it just stuck with me. Like, I think it's a comfort level, and it's not realistic. It's not truthful, right? But thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Look, in most things, we are past 98%. But there are some, now we have to accept this reality. Again, Coach speaks about this very often. Your prophecy, your gift, your mission, that your destiny. It is that you have that unique thing that the world needs. That solution only you have. Whether you like it or not, if you don't use it, someone else, the universe will give it to someone else. Accept your greatness and then go and deliver that solution to the world. That's what we're here for. That comes with, as Coach says, restructuring So, as the coach said, we must understand our thought patterns first of all, and our maps, as Margaret said, right? And it is about building that. We have to challenge the status quo. Realize that gift will only come out to the world when we have confidence to deliver it. See, like I said earlier, what we do is tend to say, I'll be confident once I deliver that solution. That's the same as saying, give me heat, then I put some wood in the fire. That doesn't work. Put some confidence in you first, then you can deliver your solution, my friends. Put some wood in the fire, then you can have heat. One causes the other. It doesn't work backwards, right? And so the final thing I want to show, the coach says, you must restructure yourself to enhance your self-confidence. It's true. You must look at your world differently. And we all have to do this. We've all had to do. Look, I know almost everyone who's spoken on stage today. There was a day when we were all petrified of ourselves. A day when we had negative thoughts as our normal thinking patterns. But we've all had to work on that and keep showing up and keep doing what we do. That's what we're trying to share with you, what we've learned in the process, right? You can have that wonderful life that you crave, that you desire, by building your self-confidence. It's not a dream. It is. See, Otonya, I see what you say. I love your program. It's really inspiring. Don't be inspired. Go and do. Please, please, please. If one person takes what we're saying seriously, I will be a happy person. One person at a time, right? But change something about how you talk to yourself today. Change something about what you believe about yourself. Change something about how you show up. Go and take your place at the table. Give the world your solution and watch your world change. Mr. Cyrus, thank you for joining us. I don't like to miss anyone else. If I missed you out, please do forgive me. Said Dennis as well, Donika, I see you as well. Best way to learn, best way to get through life, to learn how to get along and connect to yourself and others. Connect with yourself. That's an important point there, my friend. Thank you so much. Look, we could be here all day, but our time really has expired. Lydia, I wonder if you've got anything you want to say before we go.
Just want to emphasize, show up, and the fact that this is the positivity room. This is Positivity Live. This is all positive stuff because you have what it takes. You have a story though in your mind, and all of society has stories with loads of cultural momentum, but it's a story and you can change your story. That's the nice thing about the story, but you got to show up to do it.
Just like that, right, Lydia? Literally, you can change your story in literally seconds, in a millisecond. If you choose to change your self-confidence, you can do it just like that.
If you do it through story, you can do it that fast. When you have a story, because your mind believes your story and your mind is made up to lift your story. If you change your story, absolutely everything in you is going to align to making that story true. It's how I have healed myself. It is how I am alive. And that is, if there's not something positive in that, I don't know where there's something positive. This is all positive stuff.
Oh, it's true. It's true. Thank you, Lydia. Zion, I see you're muted. Please.
Yes, Mr. Eni, Lydia, thank you so much. I've been muted since why? Because I'm getting so much value. My notice feed up. Now I tell you, I usually watch the replay once, but this replay I'm going to watch it multiple times because it's like a master class in itself with so much nugget and so much value shared by everyone who came up on stage. To be honest, I've been blown away. And I have to unlearn to relearn again. Just hearing people sharing from their heart and just creating that space where value is being given. So I want to say a very big thank you to our host who have joined us, and my co-host Lydia Eni, and Jamie sends his regard is not here, and also as Isal as well. And to everyone who came up on stage to speak, we appreciate you so much. And let's not forget, this event holds every Friday. Yes, it's every Friday, same time. So do not forget that next week Friday, we are here again because we keep spreading the positivity to every corners of the earth, one person at a time. And I tell you, next week is another interesting conversation because it's the last Friday of the month of April. And you know how we do it. Every last Friday, it's our gratitude experience. So next week Friday is our gratitude experience for April, a time where we just come to intentionally embrace gratitude and share with the world 3 things that we are grateful for each month. I tell you, it's another time you don't want to miss. If you're here, don't worry, you're going to be getting a personalized invite from us where you can be able to join us. And lastly, I just want to share this with you. You know, positivity is non negotiable. And for us to remain positive, self-confidence is very, very important. And that's why this topic is coming into us today. One thing you must understand about self-confidence, it's internal, not external. It starts with you. It's something you have to deal with from within. Then it goes without. And in whatever you're doing, as much as you're grooming your self-confidence and embracing positivity, make sure you're doing it from a place of love, from a place of kindness, from a place of compassion, and from a place of empathy. You know, say something nice to somebody, smile to somebody, kind gesture, appreciate people, show gratitude to people. That's how we can make the world a better place. And that's how we can intentionally spread the positivity to every corners of the earth, one person at a time. Now, I always say this, that anything you build on positivity is built for possibilities. And that's why I will tell you, in positivity, there's always endless possibilities for you. So keep embracing positivity, and I know that it can only be success. So thank you so much, everyone. We appreciate you. Time is fast spent. This is 2 solid hours of value-packed section full of great insight. And to be here for 2 hours and it felt like it's just 2 minutes, whoa, it shows how much value I've been shared. Team replay, you can go in, watch the replay. If you just join us and you missed the beginning part of the show, watch the replay. And I tell you, you'll be so glad you did. So thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate you and we see you again next week. Thank you. Have a great weekend and happy Good Friday once again.
So let me say a quick welcome to Shona before we leave. Thank you so much for joining us, Shona. And I wanted to get to these comments by Mohammed as well. Lydia, you always motivate me to be fully me for the great sake of confidence empowerment. You know, I mentioned that because, again, look, part of the conversation, probably the biggest part, you know, is quieting the mind. Learn how to quieten your mind and speak wisdom to yourself. And confidence is the thing that we speak into ourselves. It really is. You know, learn to connect with Lydia and find out how do I speak confidence to myself and truly believe it. It comes from meditating the right way. I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, everyone. As Mrs. Z says, join us again on Friday for Gratitude Experience. We're going to go in the comments and respond to some of the comments there. I probably say we might want to do the same as well, my friends. Now, go through the comments, see who resonates with you, see who you want to connect with. And don't just connect, be confident to have conversations with people. That's how LinkedIn works, especially. That's how the word really works, right? If you're on Team Replay, look, please do leave a comment on Mrs. Z's YouTube channel. And do enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thank you so much. I say bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Everyone, bye-bye.
Celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. Achieve success with global.media.com.